Honestly.
You're not following my instructions perfectly? What is up, everyone? Welcome here. How are y'all doing today? I'm Lydia. I'm usually making sewing tutorials and PDF patterns. You can find those on my website. But today, I thought that I would look at your mix of my design on YouTube. So I have a list of YouTube videos, a couple to react to critique. See if you guys got what it takes to be a good sewer. We're gonna start out with MacKenzie Schultz, my first time sewing Lydia Naomi dress pattern. I wonder what it will be.
There's a big wolf spider on the floor. I was about to lay out my fabric to cut the pattern.
Girl.
Oh my god, I'm gonna not be okay.
I feel you. Nobody wants a darn wolf spider in their sewing area. The gall, the audacity.
Die.
Girl, you get that, spider. Day one.
Anyways, yes, I am sunburned.
Ouch.
This is from Saturday, it's now Wednesday. I'm still pretty red.
Ouch.
It's actually a lot more comfortable, so that's why I'm doing stuff. Yesterday, I printed and cut out my patterns. I decided I'm gonna
I see my pattern.
pattern by this person. I'll have
Yes,
her-
girl. It's the Dream Frog by Lydia Naomi. Thank you for buying my pattern.
This is my fabric I'm using. It is
Love that gingham.
green lighting. I don't know how well.
I love gingham and I love green. Okay, I'm gonna stop interrupting so much. Gosh.
In peace.
All I think is Pepper. I have a black cat too. Oh, she has another cat too. Oh my goodness. Too cute.
Okay, I have most of the pattern
Cats and sewing is essential.
in pieces.
That looks really good. Day two.
Hello. A couple days later, this is gonna be
You go, girl.
the, like, waist thing, the torso.
We understand you. Oh my goodness, stop this. That is the cutest thing ever. It's even color coordinated.
I'm just gonna check the seam allowance. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect because that's not fair on me. Or whatever, I don't know.
I love that reasoning. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's not fair on me. You know, that actually is true. You don't always have to have it perfect. Like, I'm sure I made this the other day. I'm just saying, don't you like it? And did I sew every single seam perfectly? Like, was it all a perfect 1/2 inch seam allowance? Probably not. But does it look good? Yes, it does. Let's just say practice makes progress. The more you practice, the better your seams get. The better your seams get, the better you feel. Let's just continue.
Just because it doesn't have to be, that's why. But looks pretty good.
You said it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm noticing she has a Singer Heavy Duty. So if you guys are thinking about getting the Singer Heavy Duty and want to ask somebody who uses it, just drop her a comment and say, hey, how do you like your Singer Heavy Duty? Should I get one myself?
This is inside. This is outside. I think it's gonna work. It's kind of difficult getting the bust cups lined up with the torso thingy, but
I will say yes, I do have quite a sharp point at the center. Some people have said it's taken them a couple of tries, but guess what? You keep trying, you get it right, you got that experience under your belt and you're a better sewer for it.
I don't really remember where I left you, but I'm currently working on the sleeves. I'm putting the elastic through them, and I did this. There's a piece of elastic in there just to help it or something, I don't know.
I understand your confusion. Basically to stabilize it, to keep it from stretching out, and that's on the back of the seam and it goes right across your back right here, and when you go like this, over time, your garment's gonna keep getting stretched. There's a little lesson for you. And kudos to you for following the directions, MacKenzie, even though you didn't understand. You'll learn over time and your garment will turn out better than you think. Ooh, it's coming together!
They took so long. Now my shoulder hurts. This is where we're at. I just did the skirt.
It's looking really good.
So much pain.
Really good.
But I just
Oh my goodness, stop with the
come across a
cuteness!
problem and it's getting frustrating. But the thread is like on top of that.
I've totally done that before.
And now I have to do him. And I'm not exactly following hers because she did 4th inch on the slit.
You're not following my instructions perfectly?
And she's doing 4th inch on him. But I don't want to. I'm gonna do 1/2 inch because that's what I'm comfortable with.
I am so offended. I'm just kidding. You do you, MacKenzie. If you need to do a 1/2 inch instead of a 1/4 inch, go for it.
And yeah.
It's so pretty. Ah, I love these shots. Oh my gosh, the sun shining through. The green earrings and hair thing. Thank you. Go check out MacKenzie. Thank you, MacKenzie, sorry. That was really fun to watch. I liked the pace of that. It was really exciting. Yeah, I love that. I hope you do more. Thanks for sewing my dream frock. Okay, it's time for Nadia's look. Okay, so she is making the puff sleeve Milkmaid dress, so she's making my dream frock as well. I'm excited to watch.
Hello everyone. I'd like to share with you how I made my new Milkmaid dress. I've been wanting to make a Milkmaid dress for quite a while.
Me too.
And when I saw that Lydia and Naomi posted a free pattern, I took that as a sign for me to go for it.
Yes, girl! Just to let you all know, that pattern is no longer free. It was a promotion when I released it. It was free for the month I released it. That was like in 2020. It's still very affordable. You can get it on my website and I've updated it loads since then. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet.
It's my first time making a dress with boning, but I figured it was
Ooh, look at
for a
this!
Victorian corset I want to make one day. This dress
She has the videos in her book. Girl, this is next level! And she's going to be using boning today. I do have a tutorial where I put boning and fully line the dress. It's not linked in my pattern because it's a little different than the pattern and people were getting different expectations and asking me about it, so I just kept it out, but you can find it on my channel.
all the ruffles, pleating and gathering that I always dreamed of, but am also kind of intimidated by. So let's quickly get started.
It looks really good in that picture.
To actually make this dress together. I'll link her video tutorial where she shares the pattern in the description box.
Thank you.
Please go check it out. I did end up making a different skirt than her design because I wanted to incorporate even more gathering in my dress. Next, it's time to start ironing. At least, that is, if you pre-wash your fabric first.
I cannot agree with you more, Nadia. Like, first of all, always pre-wash your fabric. If you don't pre-wash your fabric, you run the very possible risk of your garment shrinking after you have sewn it all up, and then you're like, you've worn it and you need to wash it, and then it comes out shrunken. You do not want that to happen. Always pre-wash your fabric. Girl, you're on the right track. This girl's a pro.
Work neatly, which is quite important when doing a corset top. So yeah, iron it all. After ironing all the fabric that we will be using, we're ready to cut out our pieces. I will be following the pattern for the most part, but because this fabric frays a lot, I will be adding an extra centimeter or two at the bottom of each bodice piece.
Smart.
Extra fabric to work with.
Look at this girl hand folding it herself instead of using a bias tape maker. That is dedication. I love this. But it goes to show you can do that. If you don't have a bias tape maker, you don't want to buy one, you can do it just with your hands.
And stitch them down on the right sides for a clean finish.
That is so beautiful. So lovely and clean.
And sewing 2 lines of stitches in.
What a beautiful old machine. I love old machines. I started on older machines. My mom always told me the old machines are the best because they're made the best. Like, they are made to last. If you can get your hands on a good old machine that works well, I definitely recommend doing that. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
The right amount, you can now pin it in place, right sides together, with your bodice, making sure to keep most of your gatherings at the center of the bust cups. This will be the most flattering. You will also need to make a small snip into your bust piece at the center seam, so you can pin it in place properly.
Yes, I have updated the instructions so that you actually just sew a little section there and leave the bottom part of the bust cup open, so that you don't have to go back in and take out those stitches and then back stitch again at the end of the stitch and bleh.
And this is what my bodice is looking right now. Looks pretty good to me.
Wow, it's so gorgeous.
So we can sew our elastic in place. And my Milkmaid dress is finally done. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and honestly, it wasn't even half as hard as I expected it to be. It just took a bit of time and concentration, and a bit of precise working to make sure all my pieces matched up.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Nadia. This was really beautiful, really lovely to watch. If any of you want to sew a lined bodice, you can check out my video. You can also check out Nadia's video, especially if you want to do a tiered skirt like she did, because she shows you how it's done. Okay, this is MelInsomnia. And she's making the Milkmaid dress as well. DIY with a twist though. Okay, let's see what this twist is. Love the music. Dreamy. It's giving me Parisian vibes.
Hey, welcome back. Today we're making this gorgeous Milkmaid dress. I got the pattern of Lydia Naomi, and I love this. It is very difficult to make, honestly. I am quite a beginner, and the fabric that I was using was this viscose.
Okay, she's a beginner, but she did it because we saw the preview.
Fiber, which is very fiddly. It's beautiful. It, like, when you touch it, it's amazing, but it's very, very thin, and it's very difficult to work with.
If you're a beginner, just work with fabrics that aren't slippery, that aren't super light. Just, you want like a plain cotton, like a cotton poplin or something like that to work with, and it will be so much easier to sew. Kudos to her for working with like a viscose type fabric. I mean, the drape on that is gorgeous, so I'll caution you against those drapey fabrics, as she did as well.
When all that's done, it's time to put the cups and the bodice together. So you will need to run the basting stitch.
Okay, I am interested to see how she does with this, because she says she's pretty much a beginner, so we'll see how it goes, because, you know, that point in the front can be a bit of a challenge sometimes, so let's see.
All the way along the bottom line of the cup in order to make some gathers. Use as many needles as you can because you want to do this as neatly as possible. And once you do that, you are going to go and right here I'm doing the top stitch, which is going to make everything look nicer and neater.
That's what top stitching does. It looks good. She didn't show us the part where she sewed it together all the way, but looks like she didn't have any trouble, and I'm seeing a point there. That's good. Good job.
You want to create casing for the elastics that's going to create these beautiful little frills. Make sure not to stretch that elastic too much. You want it to be fairly loose and nice and snug on your skin, but you don't want it to stop your circulation.
Yeah, definitely. Pepper's here. Hi.
Pepper wants to say hello. Oh, it's been so long. Yes, it has been so long.
Little piece of something on your head. Okay, bye. What was I saying?
To stop your circulation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first time I was sewing, I made the elastic way too tight. It was like... And it didn't seem like it was too tight because I measured my arm. But what you'd have to do is when you measure your arm, you have to add like another 2 inches so that like all the fabric underneath that's gathered, it also adds thickness as well. So then you don't want it to be too tight on you. So girl, you were on the right track.
It was very difficult for me to choose which size I wanted because 10 turned out to be a little bit too snug. In some places turned out to be too big. But anyways, making a mock dress would be just very time consuming.
Always make a mock dress or a toile of your garment because you just never know how it's gonna fit you. Maybe you read the measurements wrong, or you just have different proportions and you didn't see that on the measurement chart. When you see that it measures like 34 inches, it's gonna measure 34 inches, you know? And if you do want gathers, yes, I guess you can size up, but that's not really gonna give you a lot of gathers. Another way to do that is just cut a big rectangle that is 2 times the size of your waist and then gather that to match and you got your gathers. But yeah, there's different options.
I mean, he really thinks this is very interesting.
Cats and sewing. Everybody had a cat except Nadia. Did Nadia have a cat? I didn't see it. Cats and sewing.
This was a little bit too short for my liking. It was above the knees and I wanted to have some extra frills. I did not want it to look exactly like Milkmaid dress, so I added some frills. So then attach it and sew it all around, and this is gorgeous. It's a very beautiful dress. It's really so pretty. Perfect for the summer.
Yes.
And if you enjoyed this little tutorial, please comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
I'd love to do more of these reactions because I just love to see you guys sew. I love sewing. I love all of that. So definitely let me know if you post a video and I will do a reaction to it. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!